Welcome to the deep dive. You're likely here because, well, you want the important info, but maybe don't have hours to dig for it.
Exactly. Time's valuable.
So today we're focusing on one specific thing, episode 15 of a podcast called Biologismo. The title is Dengue, Gestão Ambiental e DST de Mosquito.
Quite a title.
It is. Think of this as us pulling out the key threads from that episode for you. We're aiming to connect the dots so you get the main takeaways.
Yeah, our mission, if you like, is to look at that Biologismo episode and figure out how they probably linked dengue, environmental management, and this pretty unusual concept of mosquito-borne STIs.
Right. What's the connection? What's the so what? Based just on what the title and topics tell us.
Okay, so the source itself, it's episode 15 of Biologismo, and we found it over on the Internet Archive.
Ah, okay.
And it's dated September 8th, 2020. The podcast name Biologismo kind of gives away the game, right? Focus on biology.
Makes sense. And this specific episode, number 15, it listed its main topics as Gestão Ambiental, Dengue, Control de Vetores.
So that's environmental management, dengue, vector control.
Yep. And then also DST de Mosquito, mosquito-borne STIs.
That last one definitely catches the eye. But let's start with the more familiar bits. Dengue showing up isn't really a shocker, is it?
No, not at all. It's a well-known mosquito-borne virus. Fever, aches, you know the drill. Pretty nasty stuff for a lot of people.
So it's almost certain Biologismo would cover the basics, how the mosquitoes, specifically Aedes mosquitoes, transmit it, maybe the symptoms, the general impact. Standard fare for a biology-focused discussion involving vectors.
Right, but then they bring in Gestão Ambiental, environmental management.
And that's where it starts to get potentially more interconnected, more interesting for listeners trying to see the bigger picture.
How so? You mean like how we manage our surroundings?
Precisely. The episode likely explored how our environmental practices, or lack thereof, can fuel diseases like dengue. Think about poor waste management creating stagnant water puddles.
Ah, perfect breeding spots for mosquitoes.
Exactly. Or even bigger things, like how deforestation might change ecosystems and push disease vectors closer to human populations. Biologismo probably drew those kinds of lines.
So it's not just about the mosquito itself, but the environment we create that lets them thrive.
Yeah, which leads naturally into the next term they listed, control de vetores, vector control.
Controlling the mosquitoes. Makes sense.
So the episode probably went into the different methods, trying to eliminate breeding sites, getting rid of that standing water we mentioned.
Emptying plant pots, covering water tanks, that kind of thing.
That sort of thing, yes. But likely also chemical controls like insecticides, maybe even newer biological methods, larva control, adult mosquito control, the whole toolkit.
It really makes you think about how direct